Okay, guess what's happening in San Francisco? Who was Kelly Wong? She's the first non-citizen elections commissioner appointed in San Francisco.
Okay, I will say
she's on the elections. She's not a citizen, but she's on the elections commission.
Well,
shouldn't you be a citizen first? I don't know.
You don't have to be a citizen to vote.
So, well, this is interesting. That's an interesting point. San Francisco, California has appointed Kelly Wong, a foreign national with no legal voting rights in the U.S., to oversee how its elections are administered. Wong, hailing from Hong Kong.
Kelly Wong from Hong Kong?
Yeah. Was appointed to the 7-member Elections Commission last Wednesday by the city's Department of Elections. Kelly Wong was born and raised in Hong Kong. She moved to the U.S. in 2019 and pursued a master's degree from the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy. Well, look at that. According to her LinkedIn profile, Wong has devoted her career to championing immigrant rights and equity and inclusion.
But not getting her citizenship.
Why did she become a citizen? Before she had headed to graduate school, Wong had also worked with victims of trafficking, migrant domestic workers, and refugees in Hong Kong while working at Fair Employment Agency, International Organization for Migration, and UNHCR. So look at that. She's trying to help people. Wong currently works at the Chinese for Affirmative Action.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Which is the fiscal sponsor of Stop AAPI Hate campaign, to provide legal services and advocate for low-income AAPI immigrants in San Francisco. What does AAPI stand for? I'm going to say Asian American
Pacific Islander.
And Pacific Islanders. Okay. I'm so out of touch.
She's so good working to help people who don't live here. Like, what do you... This sounds like a lot of fronts and shells and stuff. It don't sound like a real thing.
Well, drawing on her lived experience...
What's the other kind? Isn't that all experience?
Why did they put that word in there?
It's like a magic spell or something. It's creepy. It's creepy.
It is creepy. Drawing on her lived experience, Wong said, what other kind of experience could you possibly have? Wong said she wants to increase engagement among the city's immigrants and non-English speaking communities. Anyone who has delved into San Francisco's ballot knows it can be just as confusing for native English speakers to decipher the myriad propositions, their arguments, and the city's ranked choice voting system.
Especially when they're not even from here and shouldn't be voting.
Even though I'm fluent in English, I still encounter challenges in navigating a new system, let alone participating in political conversations and activities, she said in an interview with KQED. One of Wong's priorities is to ensure that voter materials are translated in a way that people can understand. She's pointed out, for example, that there isn't an equivalent term for the word reparations in Cantonese or Mandarin. I've seen how language and cultural barriers prevent immigrants with limited English proficiency from fully exercising their right to vote.
Especially if they do not legally have that right.
Is there a way to do voter outreach that is not just about translation, but can touch on political education, while maintaining neutrality and impartiality in elections? Is there?
Wow.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like. Sounds like it'd be a challenge.
Kelly Wong from Hong Kong sounds a little bit like Xi Jinping from Beijing.
Wong chose to give her victory speech in Chinese. What? I don't think she had a victory.
Mandarin?
I don't think she had a victory speech. I think that's overstating it. She did an interview where she spoke in Chinese.
They unplugged her and put her back in the closet with the other robots from...
So the video quickly went viral online. I'll show you that in a minute. Further angering a lot of Americans who took to social media to bash the decision to appoint her.
Typical ignorant Americans.
So, yeah, I don't think it was a victory speech. You want to see it? Here it is. So people are upset about this. So here's her victory speech. So I don't speak Chinese, so I don't know what she's saying.
It's Greek to me.
So
can I be honest? Honestly, maybe if you do, just like let China handle it. because remember how they cleaned all the shit off the sidewalks?
Yeah, I say let Jana handle San Francisco.
Honestly, I know she's probably is a foreign agent of some kind. But are you telling me they wouldn't do a better job than the people you've had now?
No, I'm saying they would.
Yeah.
Wong's appointment.
I'll give her a chance.
There are so many jokes I want to make that I can't. Wong's appointment is the result of a 2020 because they were being appropriate. But Wong's
is it about the name Wong rhyming with dong? Because that's the only thing I haven't said. I've said, you know what? Leave the dong thing out. That's not what this is about.
Wong's appointment is the result of a 2020 voter-approved measure that removed the citizenship requirement to serve on San Francisco boards.
Finally.
Commissions and advisory bodies. Finally. Each of the commission's 7 members is appointed by a different city official, such as the mayor, the city attorney, or the district attorney. The Board of Supervisors voted unanimously to appoint Wong.
Where are they from?
And they... Jesus. Non-citizens aren't totally barred from voting in San Francisco. Wait a minute.
Are felons barred? I hope not, if you're letting non-citizens.
I never agreed that you should bar felons from voting, by the way.
If you served your time.
You served your time.
You should actually be able to vote while you're in prison,
That's kind of a way that the establishment has disenfranchised black voters in America.
Not just them.
They over-police their communities, and they put them in prison at higher numbers than their population, and then they take their vote away.
Well, this is why we need non-citizens to have as many rights as them.
But now, in San Francisco, I think in 2016, after multiple attempts in previous years to pass a similar measure, voters approved Proposition N, which allowed San Francisco non-citizens to vote in school board elections if they had a child who went to the school in the district.
Well, okay. I can see how that would seem. Yeah, I could see how they thought that would be. The problem is there's a lot of problems inherent with doing this.
Yes.
But the Trojan horse to get it in is something where I go, well, yeah, the kids go to school.
The kids go to school. They should have.
As it turns out, it got real out of hand.
In 2022, a state superior court judge struck down the law in a case brought by the United Justice Foundation, a conservative nonprofit. But then the California Court of Appeal ultimately reversed the ruling. So now they still can vote.
Oh, well, thank God, because I was afraid that our dividing everybody up on bullshit all the time thing was going to go away anytime soon. So thank God that they're going to go back and forth on this thing that should take 5 seconds to solve, which is no, you can't vote. You're not a goddamn citizen. Holy shit.
I see the logic behind letting people who are non-citizens vote in school board elections if their kid goes to the school. I also think you need to have a hard and fast rule that if you're not a citizen, you don't get to vote.
Become a citizen then. If I go to somebody else's country, you know what? I've been to other countries. I have never
balls that it would take if I moved to another country and decided I should be able to vote there.
Hey, try going to China and spread that around.
Yeah, go to China.
And they will laugh at you correctly. They won't even throw you somewhere. They'll be like, come on, man.
If you flip it, like if I move to another country and I say I should be able to vote here even though I'm not a citizen, that takes huge balls. Hey, why don't you become a citizen? Why doesn't that woman become a citizen?
She got skills.
She got her master's. And
she's from Hong Kong. Oh, good. I don't believe
she's
from Hong Kong.
Why doesn't she become a citizen?
You know what? I don't believe that she is from Hong Kong. I believe I have huge suspicions that, she probably is from the other part of China. And the reason is...
You mean Thailand?
No.
I mean, not Thailand.
No, not Thailand.
Not Thailand.
I would take away your right to vote if I lived out there. No, she goes, it's hard to know how to speak. She knew every stupid nonsense word from academia to say in this article. You have no trouble with the language, and you speak like Mandarin. Maybe she was speaking Cantonese there. If you hear anyone from China,
that was the word I was looking for.
Yeah, China-Israel, I call it. If you ever had, it's the only thing I care about more than Ukraine, but less than Israel.
Thailand is next to Shirt World, according to Ted Lied. Anyway.
To Shirt World. So, anybody from China, okay? And I'm sure it applies to Hong Kong, probably even more. When they start going diversity and inclusion, they make fun of us. They rightly. Communist China mocks the shit out of that. So if you hear someone Chinese that is using that language, understand they are lying to you and they are making fun of you. Now, American born is different. That's basically white kids. So, of course, they babble white nonsense like the words this woman was saying. But someone from China, if they're using that, that means they're actually weaponizing it as a foreigner. I can't even blame them. I can't even blame them for doing it. But dude, when I was in China, they were like, why are you guys such pussies about, you don't have any racial jokes? Like, they couldn't believe what a liberal loser I am because I don't have like old-timey racial jokes.
Okay. Oh.
They mock us. They have a word, by long or something. It's a word for the people in San Francisco who were dumb enough to let this happen. They have a word. It's like by long. Look it up. It's really funny. Good for them.
My question, I would like, if I could ask her a question, and my question would be, why haven't you just become a citizen? You got a master's degree. Can't be that hard.
Is it? What she'd say to you?
Does it take like 7 years or so? Is there like
I'll tell you what she'd say. Stop Asian hate, Jimmy.
Maybe there's a time. How long does it take to become a citizen? Is it you have to be here for a certain amount of years or something?
Well, if you're someone that has that much education and is that high up in the world of politics, they can actually slip you right through. It's not that hard.
Just join the military now. They'll let you become a right.
You know, our colleges, much like our real estate, they want foreign investment. So they bring students from just how England does, from all over the world, from other countries. That's why there's always like a spy problem with China and the universities.
No.
We on purpose from every country in the world try to bring their rich kids to our schools.
Oh, really?
Why do you think Chinese here have to fight with? You're an American-born Chinese citizen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You got to fight with other people for your spot in the university because a huge chunk of it's taken up by rich foreigners that we wanted here to help our soft power and spread our neoliberal way of life. It's an ongoing system. It's set up that way. Same as the real estate. Why doesn't the rent go down? Foreign investment, they own that. They're not going to put the new illegal immigrants into the foreign investors, rich people buildings that are empty. They're going to put them in your kid's school. So that's why it's like that. People should have alarm bells going off left and right.
So maybe she's not a citizen.
No, she's a foreign actor.
Well, she got here in 2019, right?
She's 2019. That's what I read.
So she got her in 2019. So you have to be here for 5 years before you can apply for citizenship. So now this would be the 5th year, right? So why doesn't she just apply for citizenship and then get that job?
Well, I like to keep.
No, I don't think you have to. I'm reading something contrary to that. It's not you have to be here 5 years for you to apply. I just read you must have resided for 3 months in the state where you will apply for U.S. citizenship, and then I'm reading not.
So people correct me on this because I'm unclear on it. I thought you had to be here 5 years before you could apply for citizenship, but and then also you have to in the state you're going to apply for it, and you have to have lived there for 3 months. I think those are contradictory.
If she doesn't work for actual China, if she doesn't, then she works for some NGO that set the whole thing up. Yeah. That's how it works. It's like she's not like she didn't work her way up from like she came in a shipping container and then she made it to school. That's a construct like Greta Thunberg. So that's what this is. So even to fight over it's funny because you've already the great Sun Tzu, the Chinese general. The battle's already been lost because we've been talking about this. They already won with whatever the fuck this dark plan is by the simple fact that you'd even have to bicker about whether a non-citizen should have that kind of power over voting. It's already lost. It's already lost. This is all bullshit now. Just talking about it.
And just for the record, Thailand, not a part of China.
You're thinking of Shirtland, which is not better.
Shirt World.
Shirt World.
Shirt World is.
Shirt World will get you canceled in Seattle, certain parts, just so you know.
The great Ted Lied joke. Hey, come see us live on tour in Los Angeles, Palm Springs, Stockholm, Amsterdam, Rotterdam, Berlin, Copenhagen, Oslo, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, Cortland, New York, Oakmont, Pennsylvania, right outside Pittsburgh, El Paso, and San Antonio, Texas. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets.